okay. I'm in the two buildings.
Well, wait to see if some people come back in. Anyhow, Rick, this is Ryo Kitamura. He was a longtime colleague of mine, friend of mine at where I taught high school. He taught Japanese and I taught German. But he also has, what gauge is your train? Is it like 7 1/4, 5.5?
Yeah,
that he runs around his house, but he's got it here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you should check it out.
But okay, is this better, widescreen and everything? All right, I just ran into a friend of mine, so we're going to follow him here. Yeah, see, this is the weird thing. Streamlab, when you log in, before you even click go live, it takes your orientation and keeps it. This time I logged in widescreen, and it's working. But anyhow, hey, Ryo, can I get you to stop just a second? Everybody, this is a longtime colleague. We were next door to each other for 15 years. This is Ryo Kitamura, one of the best teachers I ever worked with.
I don't know about that, but
Ryo has an N scale, N gauge collection still in Japan.
right, I brought some.
But he's got some here, but he's also got his own display. He built I think it's a 7 1/4 gauge train system around his house. So he's got his trains here. So I haven't seen Ryo since I walked out of my building 2 years ago, other than pictures on Facebook. So he's got a little Japanese rail bus. Look at this. This is amazing. And this was built for you.
Yeah, this actually, he built it.
He built it. Right here. He built it. Okay.
He built all the train.
So,
He did from everything from scratch.
so he's talking, so I don't want to interrupt him anymore.
So only he had it with the scale and the pictures.
See, my friend Christopher was here, but he has taken online a lot of abuse about it because as a British man, they're like, why are you driving Japanese trains? It's like, because I like Japanese trains. So he would recognize these and tell you about it. He's got, what's the one called? The Panda train. Right. He's got a model of that one. Yeah. Reaction. So this is some of the N scale. Yes, Ryo came to my school, God, almost 20-some years ago. They were doing a student exchange, and he was the Japanese teacher from Japan, and then he decided to move here and teach Japanese to American students. Now, are you still half-time at Bowser and half-time at early college? Gotcha. Okay. But wow, that's awesome. It's great to see a couple of your trains here. I wanted to take a couple years away, and I was going to come back towards the end of this year and just say hi to the department. But I know everything's changed, and not for the better. But so this is the gentleman who you built this for my friend Ryo.
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. Can I shake your hand? That is fantastic. And you built the cars all from scratch.
Yeah.
That is amazing. How long have you been doing this?
About 12 years.
Just 12 years. That is fantastic.
Those are car batteries, yes?
Yeah, they're
full size for...
Yeah, they're full size.
Automotive batteries running.
I don't even look at my HO stuff anymore.
So if you don't mind me asking, by the way, you're talking to about 30 people internationally right now. Yeah, if you didn't mind. Sorry, I should have asked first. What got you into making this scale?
Well, for a long time, I was always going to places that run these things, and I never thought I was capable.
I never thought I could do it, never thought I had the money. And then one time I went to a meet here locally, and they let me run one of their trains. And that pretty well did the job. You can ask my wife here, I come home with all kinds of ideas.
See, you say that, and I relate only in this way. I had a model train kit I got in 1969 for Christmas, and I just wasn't into trains. It ran in a circle, did nothing for me. I had no connection to trains. I started taking students to Germany, and we traveled everywhere by train, and I fell in love with traveling by train.
Yeah.
And so I decided I'd put a train in my classroom for my students because we talk about the transportation system.
Okay.
I bought a Märklin, I do German trains. So I bought that train, I put it in my classroom, and as you just said, the bug hit. Now I've got a giant layout in my basement. I've got dozens of trains, and it's like, why wasn't I doing this? Why didn't it click in 1969?
Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
When I had toy trains when I was a kid. When I got to high school, all of a sudden girls and cars started taking over.
Indeed.
And that kind of ended the trains for a while. And then after I got out of the service, I got started with the trains again, and then I got into these, and that really got me going.
Indeed. All right. Well, I won't take up any more of your time, but I just wanted to say how much we admired. This was, again, if you're just coming in, this gentleman scratch builds these. He made this for my friend Rio, this Japanese, I don't know if you'd call that a rail bus or tram, but, and you run it has the pantograph, and this runs around your house, right? Rio? You run this around your house. Now, did you have to get an HOA approval to let you? I remember you had to get an HOA approval for the station.
They stopped me for a couple of months.
Yeah.
I have to write the letter, I am from Japan. This was my dream.
Yeah, he deals with HOA, so they.
Stop me right now.
All right. Well, I'm gonna Rio. I will try to come back and visit. But oh my God, it's great to see you. I did not expect to run into you here, but I'm so glad I did because I've been, I see you on Facebook, and I do feel guilty that I don't come into Bowser. But when I walked out, it was kind of like I'm not ready to ever go back. But yeah, it was bye, Felicia, right? But I do miss you guys. Who's still there?
We have Lynette and Nada half day.
Nada is still there?
Yeah, it's a half day.
Only a half day.
She goes to the other building.
Okay, so she's half and half. That's a shame.
And then we have a half-time Spanish teacher.
Wow. Everybody's all right. Well, anyhow, thanks. It was wonderful to see you. It really was. And someday maybe you'll still come over and see my trains. I've still been trying to find a Shinkansen you can run in 3-rail on my layout. All right, sorry about that, guys, but I haven't seen my buddy Rio in a while. But this gentleman, he makes this stuff. It's just amazing. Look at his work. Hey, Digger, and everybody who's come in. I'm sorry, I was interviewing and talking to my friend Rio. Here's the famous Lego train display, which is always wonderful to see. And they always do variations of it here. But we are joined by Rick's Trains and his wife Lisa, who does not necessarily like to be on camera, so I won't pop her on there too much. But yeah, I'm back to following the chat now. I did reboot this and set it up, and I think everybody's agreeing that the live stream, it's now widescreen, you can see everything better. So let's get back into this. Oh wait, hey Joyce, I gotta go give something to, or if you don't mind, give that to Rio. Okay. All right. So anyhow, let's get back to looking at trains and toys, but mostly trains. I think most of you guys are here for the trains, but my man Cyclops. Oh, look at the old Star Wars toys, all kinds of things, because this is a train and toy show. But they do, some people have their spots. They've been coming for years and years and years. They have their spots. Dale Earnhardt electric train set. There you go. People are saying hi to Joyce. Joyce is supposed to be reading my chat, but she's also trying to keep Rick and Lisa entertained here.
Whatever, I believe you.
Oh, look at the classic cars. Now, if he had an old Dodge there, I'd love an old Dodge Brothers. That's not, but I'm going to check it out anyhow.
Like Hurdle, huh?
I like Dodge. If I see anything Dodge, it's...
Oh, man, you need big bags, though. Shit.
All right. So now hopefully you guys maybe could see better. We got some O-scale stuff here. But again, I'm not kidding you. If somebody sees a car or something you like, a locomotive, as long as it doesn't break my bank, ask me to stop. Ask me to stop and I will, and if you really want it, I will buy it and we'll work out a deal of me getting it to you. A lot of O-scale here. I am going fast with O-scale. Not too many of my people are O-scale. Robert, yeah, we don't get a lot of double O scale here. It's going to be HO and O, and there are some N scale places. But yeah, not a lot of double O. In fact, the one guy I have not run into, I haven't run into my American dealer yet, but he's either, as I was saying, my American dealer is either on this first row or he's way back there. And so I'm assuming he's way back there again because that's where he was last year too. But he moves from side to side. But yeah, the train guys are going to be O scale and HO. I mean, that's North America, but we are coming up to an area that has a lot of N scale as well. So in fact, let's start looking at some N scale here. Del, if you're looking for a nice little smart car. Well, if I see somebody selling the model cars, I'll do it, but... just some beautiful liveries. Again, I don't know my American trains. I don't know most of my UK trains. I know modern era German. That's about it. Oh, this set is beautiful. Look at this set. Now the price isn't beautiful, but I mean, you know, that is a beautiful set there. That is very beautiful. Oh, I appreciate that. I just admiring the beauty. It's not my scale or my thing, but I'm got a lot of friends here that are enjoying seeing it.
Okay.
What's the sandy color one? What sandy color one? Oh my goodness. The sandy color one doesn't help me. Yeah, California Zephyr there, but somebody said a sandy one. It was a locomotive, a sandy colored locomotive. Where at? I don't know.
I don't see it.
If you don't know the type, I don't know the type. Sandy color.
California Zephyr.
Well, that's the California Zephyr there. That was Sean. Sean was asking. I don't know. This one, is that the one you were talking about? Because that's kind of sandy color. See, that's the problem. When I first got into model trains, all I cared about was my German stuff. Now, as I follow all the Americans and that, I'm appreciating the beauty of all the rail lines.
I haven't seen no Mark one here yet.
No, there's only one guy who actually sells Miraculin, and he's either up here, but the last couple of years he's been back there.
Oh, okay.
But my thing is, I just now look at the liveries and the cars. Like this set here is amazing. You're a Western Pacific, so you rode the the California Zephyr. Well, that's a beautiful, beautiful train. I mean, I've seen it in O scale, HO, and such, but this set here, the Lackawanna set here, this is very pretty. All right, Robert. And again, hi to everybody who's coming in. I'm trying to follow the chat, but I'm also trying to, well, I just visited with a longtime colleague of mine that I do miss. Rio was always good for a smile and a laugh every day. This is all N. I mean, this keeps going and going. You could, this is, whoops, sorry about that, guys. It tried to flip on. It is all N scale, all down through here. Come on, get back. There we go. Yeah, so the Southern Pacific. Okay, so yep, I did finally find the one you were talking about, Sean. But there's just so much N scale here, which is a good thing if you're N scale. Well, I think that was running for, was it $120, $130, which is about 100 pounds, Sean? Okay, so we leave N scale, and then bam. Oh, look at the old O scale here. Check that out, guys. Oh, now I'm getting the count and everything. So, yeah, I just need to reboot it. And now everything's working better. Hey, Joyce, could you get the, hold this battery? This is not charging up well. Oh. There. Okay.
Are you good?
So more O scale. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just trying to sort with issues. All right, somebody's found some Thomas stuff. My grandson Kyan would love just plain in the box. An all-state electric train set. Wow, there's a classic. You got that one?
I'm looking at it.
Okay. No, I don't know my Thomas stuff, but my grandson is big into Thomas. Opa got him into trains, and he's broadened his horizons. I do just European trains, but he just sees trains and goes. Wow, look at those boxcars. Look at the length of those Canadian Nationals. That's something else. Are they all? Oh, that's GT behind it.
Northern.
Oh, that is a Northern. Okay. I've got a couple of guys on here that are big into Canadian National. Hey, Andy Dobson just came in. Hi, Andy. People are saying hi to you.
Oh, hi.
It's too early in the morning for Joyce to be on camera. Okay, I don't think there's any train, just toy stuff, because I really am trying to focus. Now, I showed this last year. This is great. You have these guys here. They have 3-rail, 2-rail, O scale, N scale, and they will test any locomotive you bought, and they'll even do some minor adjustments for you. But I think this is awesome. These guys do that. So you can see all the different scales they have, and people can buy a locomotive, come over here, and give it a try.
Dad, you don't have the VCR with you, do you? That, you didn't bring it with you?
And if I'm not mistaken, that's Miraklin M-Track they have to try any Miraklin you buy. Well, come around. Yes, they've got Miraklin M-Track, the old original Miraklin 3-rail right here. So even if I find some Miraklin stuff, I could come over here and test it. So I just think that's awesome. But this is just a great service these guys do. Now they do charge you, if you'll notice. They do charge you track. They got 10 cents per a piece. It's all used. Some of it's roached, but 10 cents a piece for track. But they will test your trains for you. What is div? I could not tell you that, Mav. Again, I just have to tell you, I don't know my American train stuff at all. As a kid, I remember seeing Chesapeake in Ohio, and then everything became CSX in our area. Oh, those are really sharp. The pipe haulers here, those are really sharp.
My husband makes them.
He makes them.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. That is excellent. More individual handcraft. Buy the flatbed and put the loads on them. That's fantastic. And for what he's doing, the prices are fantastic. $20, $16, a couple of them a little more, but overall just, I think those are fair prices considering what I would pay for a car like that, just without anything.
Cards are nice. One's unpunched.
Sorry guys, I'm adjusting my cord. It got stuck on something.
He might be over.
See, again, one of the hard things is it's more, I'm just going to show you. I mean, you're going to see a lot of Union Pacific, CSX, some more. But again, if somebody sees something, you kind of have to type quick. I try to hold better than I did last year. Again, a lot of O scale so far this year, but the HO stuff is coming up. But we just passed a lot of N scale stuff. And I see some, is that N scale vehicles coming up. I think we got some N scale vehicles here. So, hey, some Oxford N gauge, $10 for a little. Hello, Stormy Sky. And again, hi to anybody else coming in. I'm trying to follow the chat. For $15, a couple of little cheap vans. And I don't say that in a derogatory way, just $15 for two of them in N scale. There is your an Oxford omnibus, double-decker. Somebody had that in there. I'll fix that up right side up. More up here. Wait, what was that? If I see a Bumblebee Rio Grande 268, stop please. Bernard, you'd have to see it and tell me. Because I can tell I know what a 280 is, but I'm not going to specifically remember. And were you saying HO scale or N scale in that case? So a lot more N scale here. Some Amtrak, very cool. I did see my buddy Randall was in here. A lot of green Burlington in here. 10% off today only. So not bad.
Those Arnold engines are from 2015-16.
Brand
new. They run beautiful. Brand new old stock. I've sold about 10 of them.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a shame their second go around with N scale didn't pan out, because I have a whole box like this at home of the switches.
Okay.
And they did switches and 3-foot track sections.
Right. Well, they still produce European.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it 1/150th or is it a little bit different?
I forget which one's 160 because what is it? UK is 148, and then European and American is 1/150th, and then Japan is 1/160.
This is 1/160.
Okay, then Japan's 1/150. They're the same scale as what you'd get in America, but they do German, European models still. But maybe they gave up their American market.
Yeah, they tried it again and it didn't pan out. But man, I tell you what, it's nice. It's really nice stuff.
Yeah, because see, I'm a European model guy, so I don't really know a lot about the American market, but I know they just did new releases for the European market. So what was that? An HO280 Bumblebee Rio Grande. A friend of mine wants me to find. Good luck. And yes, Randy, I'm still looking. Or Andy, I should say, not Randy. Andy, I'm still looking. Those are some sharp cars in there. But I swear I'm seeing a lot more N scale now. I'm going to finish this row off and come up the other way because there's a bunch of HO over here. There's some Kato Santa Fe cars there. Canadian Pacific N scale there. A 6-pack of these for 45 bucks doesn't sound bad. That's like $9 a car. Not even $9. Not even $8 a car. About $7.50 a car. Some more Amtrak there. I actually came looking for a couple of American car sets, and I was hoping the one, but I was at the table and they didn't have it this year, so they must have finally sold it. It was an 8-car set for $100, and I was really looking to buy it. It was a Baltimore and Ohio set. What's that one? That is Rio Grande, Washington. Would love a big boy if your layout. I think everybody has that way. Speaking of which, here's an N scale. Big boy right there.
Only one you'll see at the show.
Only one we'll see at the show. I'd have to get Miracle. See, there are so many cars and varieties here, and the prices can range from really good to. See, I don't know if $60 for this, if that would be considered a fair price, but those are beautiful cars, Pullman cars of the Pennsylvania Railroad. But again, N scale. Okay, so I'm going to come back around this way because there's a whole bunch of, we had some O here and then some HO the other way. But Arthur's not here, and I'm trying to think who else does O scale. But here we go. Got some DCC ready Conrails here. Oh, wow, gold plated. Nickel plate railroad. There's DT&I and Amtrak GG1. That's a nice one and a good price on that. Oh, check out this New York Central here. Oh, the nickel plate, yeah. Now I'm going to swing around here. There's two of them here that are worth pointing out. I don't know how well that shows up in the package, but we got a Baltimore and Ohio, which again. I'm trying to get the glare out. I don't know, I'm focused on trains right now, Dominic. So, again, I don't follow it enough. I saw your video on the kit. The last video I saw, I think, was your kit Knight Rider car. New York Central here, Penn Central. Erie, Lackawanna. Another Baltimore and Ohio. If I could find a Baltimore and Ohio 3-rail NHO, it might find its way. Got a tank carrier with the tank. Baltimore, Ohio semis. Hey, Joe Rader, how are you? How are you? I've lost Joyce. Oh, they're up there waiting for me. I found Joyce. Wow, again, I'm just amazed at the length of that. That Norfolk Southern boxcar there, that's a monster. And then this Northern Pacific here, that's just pretty. Oh, look at all these. That's kind of a cool livery. You've got a Kato HO here, and then the rest of this is Rapido. The Kato is 75, the Rapidos are 85. Hey, did I see Dwight Curley's here? Hey, Dwight. And anybody else I've missed again? Oh, we got some Fowler models here. All Circus. It's the Fowler Circus kits. Okay, so back to toys, and then I did that side. So I'm going to come out and go around and get back. But again, something I kind of missed, but look at these beautiful older tin plates here. Just amazing stuff. Reminds me of my grandfather's house when I was a kid. He just had all kinds of cool, a lot of them he made himself. Stuff he crafted with spare metal from his auto repair and tool and die shop. How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Okay. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of cool stuff, nothing I would buy, and nobody seems to be. They're telling me what to look for. You can't tell me what to look for. You got to say that. Here's this layout again. This is massive. I shouldn't say massive, but it's impressive. It's the biggest layout at the show. So there's staging yard here, and then it pulls out either way. It's an amazing layout. That's actually my nearest railroad club, the Swanton Railroad. They're the closest to me. Not that I'm a member, but just a nice big modular setup and lots of trains running, lots of great scenery. I think this road is new from a couple years ago. I think they were working on this last year, and now they've got it in. The other side has, obviously has more scenics, but I think it's a little more country, where this, you know, you got the little town up here. I've seen plenty of UK live streams and great, some pretty impressive size layouts even at live streams. All right, so once again, more N scale, and since nobody's really asking me to look out, you get some weathered and graffitied cars here. These are all weathered and or graffitied, which, as everybody knows, is not my thing. I appreciate the talents of the people who do it and how realistic it can work, but my trains are not getting weathered or graffitied. The only weathering they get is natural. And just more toys over here. Like I said, it's a toy show, and I'm really, just so I can get through, I'm trying to avoid staring at the toys, just the model trains. That's pretty. Baltimore and Ohio. Good price. Fortunately, I do HO. Still pretty though. I got a friend who might like that though. Send him over. Fortunately, he lives in New York. Hey, if you're into toys, and the thing is, you always got to check the underneath crates too. Sometimes people have stuff on clearance, and you might see a good deal. I'm just hoping I'm getting close to my things. But to be honest, HO, other than one long table at the beginning on the previous live stream, HO is a bit lacking. It's a lot of O, and the N scale has really become pronounced here. I think there's probably double the N scale this year. But here we got some HO. Oops. Box cars at anywhere from $25 to $30. Various box cars. Okay, Walter's Proto. Oops, let's turn that around. There you go, that's a old snow shoveler.
You know where I think some are?
That's 80.
In another box.
That's cool.
We could bring all of our stuff. I'm terribly far from that.
Okay, so they're local. Not that I've seen, Dominic, I haven't seen anything. Jada.
He's got a eBay store, but you can contact him.
Yeah, it's on. I have an eBay store on eBay. Right on.
No, Robert, I'm sorry you're striking out. I have not seen anything TT. TT in North America, there are people that do it. I know people who do it, but overall,
My eBay store
no.
is 5150.
That's a pretty nickel plate locomotive.
Because you can set your things up on your eBay. This is my 5150 locomotive.
There's
So
a
if you go
Rock
there,
Island
you can send me a
GP7
message
here.
on something
That's pretty.
If
That's
you want
cool.
to do it that way, or send me an email with my card.
Somebody mentioned earlier they did Western Pacific. It's a diesel here.
Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Mike. Do you have the containers too? They're going in the flight cars? Oh, you're talking well cars. You're talking well.
There's another Southern Pacific through there.
The double stacks? Yeah, the double stacks. We sold a bunch at the Celine show of those flat
Excuse me?
cars that you're looking for, that I just thought of. If you're looking for the newer ones, the brand new ones, that are made by Walters and Proto. We sold like a stack of them up at the saloon.
Oh, that's a sharp Norfolk and Western.
Not those kind. We'd have like
Got a
50
couple of
footers.
them here. The thing is, so many boxes, you gotta, you know, to pull them out. The ether and blue boxes to see what's inside them. So I might be passing things you guys would see, but I'm not pulling every box out.
Oh. When you open to get out of the bags of trees, just the big 12 ones, just these ones. It's up to you. I mean, I'm not going to force.
Oh, that's cool, Leslie. Settle Station. Cool. For a second, I read that Seattle, like, you're in Seattle, but no, Settle Station. Again, some very cool looking end
That's what
scale.
I've done. And then you paint them with
All right, did I miss anything over here? All Hot Wheel cars, and then those of you into your old metal cars and trains and trucks, some classics over here. But yeah, for my UK friends, a lot of, you know, it's going to be predominantly American. You know, as somebody who does European trains, you know, yeah, I know. Somebody left a tenner sitting here. Somebody left a 10 there.
Oh. Thank you.
Yep. See, that's the one thing I didn't do.
They're hard to sell at just train shows.
Not when you're an old firefighter.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
A Fox Valley Steamer Hiawatha. Like I said, guys, you're going to have to...
I'm going to wrap those in tissue paper so they don't get loose here. Nothing worse than losing your dog and fell apart because it got banged around.
So these are $1 each. That's a great price. You can't go wrong. $1 for a car, clean it up, or leave it as rusted gold. These are all $1 each, or 6 for $5. See, I'm just not going to remember all of these to look for them. It's going to be more you see it while I'm streaming. You go, oh, I want that one. Because Leslie, you just missed all the N scale tables. I went through. There was one whole row here that was all N scale. I can maybe go back and ask if I remember. Old Aurora AFX. And again, just some classic tin plates here. Just absolutely, these are stunning. That wasn't my 10. Somebody just left it on the table, so I thought I'd tell them before somebody maybe walked by with the quick fingers. Now, see, I'll tell you what. I love this model. This era of the New York Central, it's not even the train so much, it's just the livery. I love that livery. And that, with a bunch of cars, if I saw that in my 3-rail, I'd be walking out with it. More California Zephyr cars here. Very, very cool. Broadway Limited Imports, California Zephyr. That's sharp. And then nice little New York City, Alco, Pennsylvania. More New York Central cars. Again, not bad. more Lionel over here.
Lacrosse. You thinking of lacrosse? Are you crossing?
It's just west of Rockville.
Just more beautiful O scales for those who like that. I guess I'm not being entertaining enough, but again, I just more, as I'm walking past, if you see something, you got to catch me. I'm not, either that or I'm going to have to start having people send me a shop. Massive, but gorgeous. And the Empire State Express, Pennsylvania Railroad, and then the set of cars, nice, very sharp. And there's a Canadian Pacific in O. Oh, look at this Amtrak. Only $2,000. That's pretty. State Commerce reports, and then you got various train badges and conductor-based things here. I haven't seen my Maryland guy yet. Build a minifig. More toys, more toys, more toys. Classic cars, but that's the one that draws my eyes, the Challenger right there. Maryland 2950 is what I need. All right, here's some beautiful HO scale locomotives. Again, it's going to be American stuff, guys. And Canadian. I should not forget my Canadian friends, but some very sharp locals here. Rio Grande, Lehigh Valley. Western Maryland, that's a new one on me. A couple of Union Pacifics up here. Hey, it said Amtrak on it. Bunch of the old Santa Fe blue and yellow liveries. GTs, I remember as a kid you'd see some GT in this area. Conrail, but anymore, I think if I pay attention, the only locomotives I tend to see in Toledo that I see, okay, and I don't pay attention to them, are CSX and Norfolk Southern. That's what I tend to see when I'm stopped at a train crossing. There's a couple of really sharp Canadian Nationals. There's at least two out front.
Yeah, there's two out front, or two or three out
front. So yeah, about 6 or 7.
Yeah.
All kinds of Hot Wheel cars, Johnny Lightning cars, and Matchbox. So yeah, Jada, I know you'd be like that, but I'm walking past the toys. I'm trying to focus on the trains today. Okay. Oh, MDT refrigerator cars. Somebody mentioned those earlier.
We'll make you an offer if you want the whole thing.
Oh, I appreciate that. I've got people I'm talking to. I'm just showing them stuff, and if they want something, they could say, hey, get me that. The problem is they tell me, look for this, look for this, look for this, and I'm like, I can't remember all that. All right, we got some model kits here. Even got a couple of Fulmer. Is there one? Oh, there's a very traditional Fulmer one. Unfortunately, there are no, we call these in German Fachwerkhäuser, half timber or timber frame houses. Hey, Dicey, Hi is here. Hello, Hi. More Hot Wheels and more toys. Definitely more toys this year, less HO trains. I am not seeing the HO the way I'm used to seeing. I mean, I've seen a few big sections, but O gauge is definitely, I got a lot of O gauge walking through here again. It's just interesting how this changes year to year. And then General Lee Dukes of Hazzards. It's a Dodge Charger, but it's got that flag on it, which I just can't get into. I was raised to hate that flag. That's not politics, guys. That's just American, how my grandfather was raised. All right, we got some Fast and Furious Chargers here, Dominic, if you're looking. So, the Chargers off-road. Chargers were not really an off-road car. Oh, wow. Okay. We got a whole bunch of just random boxes here, but what I said oh my about is I have never heard of this. I hope they don't mind me picking this up. Wow, that is heavy too. Boston and Maine. I'm always drawn to the red colors, of course. The shades of red, maroon, magenta, red, etc. That is just really pretty. That's a gorgeous car. What are Doodle Bugs? These are Doodle Bugs? Okay, a Doodle Bug. All I know is they're really cool looking. It's the same model, obviously, 1180. So that's a Doodle Bug. No, you probably don't hear me doing that, Evo. Better get your ears checked. You're hearing things. Gas powered. That would make sense based on some of the things I'm seeing on it. Self-propelled passenger cars. Well, technically any loco is self-propelled and a rail, but yeah. So gas powered. That's cool. There's not a price on them, but those are really cool. Doodle Bugs, huh? Okay, I learned a new word today. Yeah, another Dodge Charger. Another Dodge Charger, another Dodge Charger, another Dodge Charger. I love my Chargers. There's a whole bunch of them. Pick a color. Up a military train. U.S. Army. Wow. And you got your tanks here. Prior to the RDC. Okay, good. But yeah, you got a whole military train here. Box cars. Oh, I'm going to touch one and they're all going to fly, so maybe I better not touch them. U.S. Army. I mean, if somebody was the military, you got a whole military train there, right there. They were big in the 20s and 30s. You'll show me a working example next week. That's right, you do have a Doodle Bug, don't you? Ah, here we go. 2006 Viper. And then a 2021 Charger. Okay, bobbleheads. More N scale. So my N scale people, I saw High was in. What was the one Leslie was looking for? A Hiawatha. Three-pack of auto racks. Wow, $30 each. 90 for the set. $30 each. $30 per. That's That's my mindset. That's expensive even for O scale, or HO, I mean. But yeah, I would be paying $90 for a double-deck freight car. Flat wagon. Speaking of double-deckers, right here. Very sharp. I mean, really sharp stuff. Oh, too bad Ben's not here. All right, Leslie, take care. Do I see Andy? I've passed hundreds of Athearn blue boxes, whether one was a GP40, I don't know, because otherwise I'd just be looking through every box. But Ben does N-scale, and he likes the Metra, so there's that right there. Okay, now back over here, I saw some HO.
Maybe I'll have a surprise for you at Rental first.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're gonna be out there. Okay, sure. I think we're going to. Buddy wants to go down to Worcester.
All right, well, I'll look at these. First of all, too bad Dave isn't here.
Yeah, that's the first show for Worcester.
Yeah.
But the same guy that's doing Worcester Canfield, Woody.
Yeah, I know. I think hopefully he's trying
Dave
to
likes his yellow Union Pacifics in Milwaukee Road. Although these are
Yeah, instead of driving up.
fairly hefty prices
Yeah, we'll see.
for that. But, excuse me? This one, the Golf Mobile and Ohio. That is a very straight 8-car set for $125. You can't go wrong with that. That is nice. That's very nice. Randall, I passed one earlier. Well, great, Randall. If you could remember what table I was at, maybe I could go back and look. Somebody just gave it and said, look for a GP40. And Randall says, oh, you passed one a while ago. Did Rick and Lisa? Okay. How much for the Chessie Dome from Walters? Did I see a Chessie Dome from Walters here?
Right here.
Okay.
Not a Chessie. Was that? No.
That would be a Union Pacific. This one here, he wants 100 on that one, Bernard. Or
Thank you. Enjoy
Kyle, I mean. You were talking this one, right? Or did I miss one? I'm trying to see what I missed. Yeah, that seems to be fitting in as Milwaukee Road or oh, hey, I should not disagree. It says Chessie Superdome on it. Well, let me know if that's your price range, Kyle. Oh, the Alaska Rail Line. There was somebody who a couple of weeks ago was talking about they were looking for Alaska Rail Line stuff. Oh, wow. Wow. Northern Pacific. 8-car set, $60. That's like $7.50 a car. Wow. Is that the same car? The McKinney Explorer, and then they add this Northern Pacific with it. Crescent Limited. That's pretty wild. New York Central Silver, $85.
Okay, that's my price, but he wouldn't know how to pay you.
Say what?
Price, but he wouldn't know how much to pay you. And then how much
Well, it'd be $100 plus shipping. I have PayPal. I mean, I don't know if you have a way. I have PayPal, and you could just.
Mine's got dandruff on his shoulders. That don't look good.
N-scale Prairie Flyer. That's kind of cool. Old-fashioned train. Actually reminds me of a train I used in Matt Clark. Pardon? Oh, yeah, I could go back to the Alaskans. I will say this table is one of the more expensive tables for cars, in my opinion. All right. I'll make sure I don't bump the train moving. They are asking $30 for them, Bernard. Now, is that the same car twice? Are they numbered? But he's got a... So, they're $30 each, Bernard. I'll double check that, but the one's 30. Yep, they're both 30. N-Scale has actually been here. I mean, we usually have a very strong N-Scale presence here, but it's really big this year. HO scale is a little less. I mean, we always have a strong O scale, but I feel like we're missing some N-Scale. And my Merklin guy, I have not seen him yet. In fact, the HO guys, I haven't seen any. You all right? Okay. Here's the Star Wars droids. Last year they were running around. Oh, they've got more.
Yeah, it works.
No, on the flip side, Closet Branch, the best thing to do is bother me, is because I can't. I feel like an idiot, but I can't remember all those things. And it's sadly, it's more like as guys are doing, as I pass up and go, hey, wait a minute, if that's there.
Yeah, there are guys who make a
Oh wow, I remember my little brother having all these toys. All of this. My little brother had all this. The old original Fisher-Price people. But back to trains, I had to walk around some people here. All right, take care, hi. Sadly, you came in after I hit the really big HO scale sections. Accurail, Athorn. What was it? An Athorn. Which GP40 was it? An Athorn?
See all the sides.
See, I've got a whole bunch of Athorn here. But it's mostly rolling stock. I'm not seeing any locos. The locos are down here. Wisconsin Central. New York Central. Andy Dobson, Burlington. What? Where Burlington? Was there a Burlington you were interested in? I do like the Erie Lackawanna liveries there. Oh, here we go. GP18s. Burlington Green. Where did I pass Burlington Green?
That's the problem, yeah. This one takes a lot of space up too. The building and everything.
Oh, well, we got the Penn Central. Lehigh Valley. Oh, we got 42 people in here. Oh, somebody, where did, oh, the brass here, yeah. A 210. Oh, wait, is this it? No, these are the cars, but somebody was selling these cars, a 10-pack of these last year for $120. And if I'd known then what I know now, I would have bought them. But these guys want, yeah, they want $950 for the whole set. But yeah, you got brass here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It is the 10 car set. I mean, the boxes are labeled 59 bucks each. But yeah, that's way too expensive. There's some locos there. Anthony Borden, I've passed a bunch of New York Central. New York Central always grabs my eye. Okay, here's a River Rossi big boy for 350 bucks. And here's a big boy with a missing bell for 200 bucks. Speaking of New York Central, right there, Anthony Borden. Here's another New York Central right there. That's an interesting Santa Fe color. I hadn't seen that one before. Which one? Because you got this one that's missing a bell for 200 bucks. Maybe you could pick up the parts somewhere. This one's 225, not missing anything. I can't tell what brand that is. Oh, that's older River Rossi. So this is, I don't think this is the newest River Rossi, but Santa Fe Blue Goose. See, you guys know this stuff. I don't. I don't know this stuff. Aha, well. Found my first European loco. Made in Austria, so this has got to be a Roco. I think that's Roco's symbol on there. That is, whoops, shaky hands. Oh my God. That is a 215. Now, in all honesty, if that were 3-reel, I might have taken it. Evo says Roco starter set at 215. Or are you saying that train's out of it? There's some BNSF over here. See that set over there for 125. I have no connection to it, but they're great looking cars, coaches, and they're at a great price. 8 cars for 125 bucks. That's not even, you know, that's barely $15 a car for a passenger coach. Oh, I'm going too fast here. Is the blue box Amtrak? How far back did I go? Or the one I was pointing out? You know, that blue box I was pointing out over there or over here? I mean, there was an Amtrak here. Well, that definitely looks like an older model, EFO. I don't, if it's from a starter set, it's not from a recent one. $15 for B&O. Runs but loud grinding. There's another New York Central. I'm not a European. EFO is a European model encyclopedia. I know some modern 3-rail German. That's what I know. And even then, I'm prone to mistakes. Got to look at some of the stuff on the bottom here. A lot of Thomas stuff over there again, but nobody's asked for Thomas, and I don't know what my grandson wants or needs for Thomas. Some N-scale track, it looks like. Or is that Z-scale track? Do you know, if you remember last year, there was one shop that just had a wall up here of cars on display. And you know, some dealers come each year. And they bored and die move on too soon again. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think that's listed as $5, Mr. Borden. That's on the $5 section. There's a couple of cool PRRs, Pennsylvania Railroads. Why, do you want it? Mr. Borden, do you want it? Let me know. I'm almost to the end of my row here and end of my show. Hi, Ian. How are you? You want it. You got it. I've lost my helper. Do I have a 5 on me? There it is. All right. Sadly, the gentleman's busy with somebody right now. Oh, there's more New York Central, whoever was looking at New York Central. Oh. Is he working all alone? That's a shame. That's a lot to cover. Oh, that car is heavy for sure. Oh man, those are some heavy, heavy cars. IHC, International Hobby Corporation. I have to learn to be ruder. Excuse me, sir. This Amtrak, yep. The Amtrak car for $5?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Get you a bag.
Oh, all right, I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's my bargain over there. I sold a couple engines for $5, and the guy says, "You must have this in the wrong area." I said, "No, it's $5."
Right. No, I was loving the Roco here. From Walters, so those are just really heavy. I don't know what those are. Hey, Christopher, how are you? Yeah, that's what I really assume, is that they were kind of tired of waiting and just threw the money down. Some more random N-scale buildings and let's see. $10 for a dummy. Oh, there's a Z. They call that N scale. Look at that. That looks like a Z scale. That's a cool looking nickel plate. Kyle, I'll tell you what, I can buy it and then we could talk offline and work out how you can pay me for it, okay? You just let me know. I'll have to go back around the table, but I'm almost done here, so. I have not run into my American guy. I was hoping I might see him up there. Oh, look at these, New York Central. Those are sharp cars. The whole 4 set for $34 or $35, I'm sorry. Anthony, my email is actually on my YouTube channel, and you can contact me. Just send me an email and we'll talk and work it out. Oh, Ohio Eastern. See, I'm looking at getting, actually, well, I don't want to give away secrets, but that's a great car set. So again, Kyle, let me know if you want me to pick it up, and then we can work out a way for me to get it to you. Look at that, Baltimore and Ohio. It says it's a 7, it looks like it's a, well, maybe they changed it to 6-piece set, $65. That's not bad at all. Two locos, I'm assuming one's a double, and the cars. It obviously is well loved. Not seeing any European buildings that would work on my layout. There's only one real European style over there, and even that's not truly European style. N-gauge footbridge, if I see one. I will tell you one thing, though, that's probably the biggest lack is, although saying this, right, while I'm in front of a bunch of N-scale and HO-scale buildings, is you don't have a lot of model kits in terms of buildings and structure. There's like 3 places, and this is one of them that really has remotely a decent amount, but boxed or already put together. That 225 brass. Huh. What line was it on? Ooh. All right, well, I'll go back real quick. Was it down this row? Where was all that brass I was seeing? Was it this row or was it a oh, right here. Let's see. That one was $375, which was doesn't have a line on it. Where was the other brass? Oh, back here a little bit further. There was $250. Yeah, Anthony, unfortunately, I'll have to go back and catch that. I'm not seeing what lines are on it. The table before. Well, I'll have to. Okay, that one, the 250 is Pennsylvania Railroad. And the 295 is Baltimore and Ohio. And it was a table before this one. Ooh. Maybe I'll have to look for it again. Well, let's see. We're at a minute 20 in, and that, or hour and 20 in, and that would give me a clue as to, if I can remember, hour and 20 in. There's a rock island. Wabash.
And the price is good. Would be right, like comparison that.
Yeah, the last show in Saline, I found a bunch of people used for
So that's a nice box of Rio Grande. Well, if I don't see my
Let's go find the parts.
Alaska Railroad caboose and locomotive for $100. Okay, Kyle. Like I said, the offer was there. Z-scale switches and track. And some Z-scale buildings. Interesting. I'm just going to tear out my HO layout and make it Z-scale, and then I could just make it look like all of Germany. I'll have my own miniature wonderland. A miniature wonderland. Cool looking New York and Western. Chugwater, Dixon and Powell, CD and P. What's underneath here? All right, so here are some buildings, and
You are a hard bug. Gotta be. Put your money in her hand.
There you go.
yeah, I got quite a few cars here.
Have you ever been to the Blissfield Railroad?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Hey, I live just down the street. Metamora?
Oh, yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Jeez. You should be there every month. Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful.
How are you?
Hi there, I'm fine. How are you?
I just put a new chip in there, the sound chip quick.
In this one?
Yeah, and so I put
Yeah.
a new chip in it. It sounds really great.
Okay.
Brand new chip.
I just like to look. I admire the
Yeah.
model and
Yeah.
what it's based on.
And
That's really sharp.
This one is just as good, but the headlight doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
So, and I don't have the box. I don't know what happened to the box. You know.
Hey, Andy, March West Junction, how are you? See, I just naturally gravitate to the older lines. Well, I hate to say it, but I think my American guy did not come to the show this year. I did not see him. Huh. Well, that was the dealers today. My American guy was not here. I saw exactly one European loco. Now the old telephones are here. Anybody wants an old phone?
Or just get a double key. Wow.
Yep. I saw exactly one European piece of stock. It was a little El Cheapo old Roco 215. Otherwise, nobody here. I mean, I saw a couple of Fowler buildings and a couple of Keebry things, but in terms of actual locomotives or stock,
Up until a couple years ago, did they move it over to Indiana now?
765 and
Yeah.
757.
Yeah.
757 is still there at the
Is it?
Belgian Museum.
Okay, cool.
They brought 765 and hooked up by steam pipe to 757. So they hold that for you.
sure.
It was you could find it on YouTube.
Yeah, the American guy's not here this year.
No, he's not.
That's
No?
so good.
Labeled it as so, did you find anything else?
A couple of things. I mean, a couple of things where people showed some interest, but they're like, "Oh, I don't know how to pay you for it." So,
Kyle could.
yeah,
He's in the States. He could just write you a check.
yeah, he could do that too. Could have always just written us a check. But I offered. I said I could pick it up and we could work it out later.
So I want to.
But what was the one? Somebody wanted a GP40 Athearns, so I'm back at one of the bigger Athearns dealers. I see GP7s and S1s.
I think they just.
Thought I'd go back and try to find that one brass. Lightning McQueen and remote. Oh, wow.
That's what I always tell the boys.
Oh, wow. Would Cayenne like that? Although he kind of grew out of his Cars movie fascination. Because I was actually looking for some American stock for myself. I was going to put some American trains and didn't see anything. It's $7 for general admission tickets. If you pay $10, you get in an hour before the main public's allowed. Another place that I recognize. Just trying to see. I forgot what. Hey, how you doing? Not much. We've just met with Papa John here.
I never pictured you taller than me.
Everybody says that. They never think I'm as tall as...
Well, you know, we always see each other sitting down.
Right.
Yeah, that aisle I can't even walk down, so I said, heck, I'm going to the end and working the way back.
Okay. Hey, Ewan, how are you? See, that's my problem. I'm like Leslie said, Hiawatha N scale something, and I have no idea what it was. I'd have to carry a notebook. I have to make Joyce be a secretary, and she'd write behind me and say, so-and-so asked for this. Keep an eye out. But some cool N scale stuff there. Some more shots with the layout. Closet Branch, they make 3-rail American in HO. MTH actually made a whole bunch of locomotives and rolling stock for the Merklin system that I run. But also, I do have the 2-rail analog on the floor where I run my British trains that I could run anything that I were to buy here on it. I'm just going through some of the toy sections I missed now and seeing if maybe there's a hidden train bit. But since I've branched out and actually have a British locomotive and stock running on my Merklin system, thanks to Merklin making the Flying Scotsman, well, there will be a surprise appearance on my layout in about a month, give or take. There's Colorado Midland Railway, $370. So we got all kinds here. This might be the place to ask. I don't know if Hot Dog Pilot's still there. The Sierra 460. Oh, there's all kinds of brass here. I missed this section previously. I want to apologize to all the brass collectors. I totally missed this section. All right, what was the company name again? It's this. See, I wrote it down because I don't. My brain doesn't hold this stuff. It was a Sierra 460. What was the company? Because I totally missed this section here, so I thought maybe I could ask this gentleman. Yeah, American makes a lot of Arbor kits. That's the one.
That is so neat.
Could I ask you a question, if you don't mind? I've got a friend that's big into Arbor kits. Are you familiar with them? No, you're not. Okay, because they do metal, and you've got all this beautiful brass here. But it's the Arbor Kits 460.
Let me ask Mom.
Okay. Because Arbor Kits is not brass, it's just metal, white metal. Do I have that right? But Arbor Kits, maybe I'll finally get that into my brain, because I wrote it down and then I was running late this morning and left my note home. Nope. So, okay, thank you.
The other guy with us, he would know.
Okay.
He went out for a smoke.
Okay. Well, I'll be here for a couple of minutes, so. Wow. I did not know there was this much brass. Yeah, Kyle, there is a lot of brass here. I've never seen this much brass. I don't know if you want me to stop and look at something. I have seen brass locomotives. I did not know they made entire rolling stock in brass. Wow. Now the prices here are representative of what I expect brass to be. But if there's something... Yeah, I totally missed this section. I don't know why I walked past. I just saw all the toys, and that's why I like to go back down a couple of aisles just to double check. It figures I actually brought money to buy this one set of cars that has been here for 3 years. And now I finally come to buy it. I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm just buying those cars this year. And nope, they're gone. Can't do a live stream without a Wonder Woman reference. There we go. Actually, that's another thing I'm going out. There was only a couple little places that were selling scenery. Normally I can pick up some scenery stuff, and we didn't have a lot of scenery here this year. The show changes. Some dealers come only every other year, some come every year, some come once. All kinds of Army soldier kits if anybody's into that. Oh, there's Castle Attack. I might go look at that. I wanted to wait here and see if the one brass gentleman came back. Okay, it looks like he's back, if he's the one back from the smoke. That's the gentleman. Is this him?
How you doing, young man?
I'm doing great, sir. Good. I have a question for you. I've been told to ask you.
Okay,
I
got an answer.
That's fine. If it's a good answer, I'll pay for it. I've got a friend that's into Arbor kits. Have you ever heard of them?
Arbor kits? No, not really.
Okay, they're metal. You had all that beautiful brass there. They're metal kit, and they're very hard to find.
Oh, that's not mine.
Oh, that's not yours? Okay, she said you were the guy to ask.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about that, Andy. Just doing Google searches and eBay searches. Arbor kits are very rare, and from what I've seen, very expensive. All right, I want to go back and look over at a couple of toy soldier kits. So, wow, got a lot of people here. I've actually gone through everything. I did miss that brass section. I think that's the only train section I really missed.
That's all the scrapes we got. Yeah. I got some short straights and stuff.
Oh, there you go. This is memory lane here.
And I said, if you buy them without the cars, I'll sell it to you really cheap. So he bought them without the cars. Now you're rusty. Tired now.
that the one? Yeah. My only American model train kit that I got for Christmas of 1969, that was the controller it came with.
They're brand new. 45 for the whole bunch.
Sadly, no miracle in this show. There's only one or two, you know, not even Lima or River Rossi. There's a Baby Ruth, although the one that was in my Tyco set came in a G.I. Joe 442nd Infantry. I sometimes regret they actually made a World War I G.I. Joe, and I would have bought it if I could have, if I thought about it at the time, just because I'm a bit of a World War I. Speaking of, Christopher was here a little while ago.
The Adventure Team G.I. Joe.
Okay.
Not exactly.
So close enough.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Some World War I soldiers there, post World War I. The Rough Riders charge up San Juan Hill. World War II, or French soldiers, World War I. Castle Attack. That's the one I came over to look at, Castle Attack. May I look at this? Or that's your set?
Ever see the
$120 for it. Okay.
I think it fell out of this engine. That's why
I figured it'd be 100 to 150, so 120 is right in the middle of what I guessed. Small slot cars. I started with the size slot cars, and then we got into the 1/32 scales, and we got crazy. I had a slot car set up that was almost as big as my train. Wow, anybody want a Spinal Tap action figure kit? Oh, sorry, Chris. Yeah, I think you caught on what I was showing. Just some old tin plate metal, World War I or World War I. My grandfather, who fought in World War I, he ran a tool and die shop, basically. He made metal parts for whatever people needed in his area. And but he fought World War I, and when I was a kid, he had a box of toys he made just based on his memory of what he saw in World War I. And so he had really rough made, I mean, you would call it trench art today. Trench art. Got some more N scale here for you N scale collectors. Oh, and Christopher, if you can hang on for a few minutes,
They're slowly but surely getting down here.
My Japanese friend was here with some of his Japanese N-scale stuff, as well as his 7 1/4 inch or whatever scale he runs, where he's got a Japanese little bit. I'll go back and see that. I wanted to come back up here. There's some model kits here. You know, buildings and so forth. But yeah, the Burlington Northern in N scale. So I've totally, Joyce has long since given up following me. She's just staying. Joyce hates the crowds. She hates being in the middle of the crowds. So she'll just stay at the ends and Oh, there's the original Avengers kit. An old Evel Knievel action figure from the 70s. I look at this stuff and I still want to buy some of it. I hope I'm on the right side, yeah. The one that you said was 225? Okay. Caution, Rio's baby on board. Here, Christopher, what do you think of this? Christopher, this is the guy I told you about. This is Rio. He's running. So, my friend Christopher, that's into the Japanese, came on, so I was trying to show up. Yes, a C-62. He spotted it right away. That's a C-62. Oh, and you're looking at the steamer too. Whoops.
C-62? Yeah, that's my favorite.
Most of his collection is still in Japan after all these years.
Yeah, I have to sell it.
So, okay, I got to keep moving here. See you later. All right, I will try to find that brass real quick. I don't remember. There you go. That's beautiful. That's a Charger right there. Can I touch it?
Yeah, that's Roadrunner actually.
Oh, it's Roadrunner, isn't it? Yeah, that's the Plymouth, the 70 Plymouth. It doesn't quite.
Fast and Furious one.
Fast and Furious. Okay.
Yeah, I was asking 15 for it. It's great.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I need Dodge.
Come back that way.
I did see the back end to tell if it. The only difference between a 70 Charger and a 70 Plymouth Fury is the Fury does not have the swoop on the back quarter panels. The woman on the phone back there, I actually used to work with her. She was a teacher. All right, so I'm going to try to find that one brass kit because I feel bad that I haven't really bought anybody anything. Unfortunately, I don't remember where the $225 was. $225 brass kit was. Yes, I believe it was. Yeah, but it's a Plymouth. I'm not into. It's got to be a Dodge, guys. You have to understand. It's got to be a Dodge. So. Oh, where was that brass? I think it's going to drive me crazy now because I don't remember where the 225 was. Because all the others were over there. I don't think it was in this section. See, that tempts me for no reason other than the price is good. 8 cars, $60. Northern Pacific has nothing to do with Toledo. It's nothing to do with Europe, but they're cool looking cars, and that's my thing. It's like, oh, they look cool, and they... So all the other brass were up there. There was a bunch of brass over here, but there was a different one. He says it was at a previous table, and I have no idea because I'm pretty much done here. Other than I've only bought one thing for one person. I've had other people.
Is there a 483 there as well? 485?
Yeah, he was looking at
440, 426.
Well, now those are car engines. The 485 was the Japanese train. Christopher came in, so I took him over to Rio.
Fair.
Well, I've been through everything. I just, I'm doing the live stream, so I'm ignoring all of you. But what I'm going to have to do next year is bring a notebook, and when somebody says, look for this, just make a note, because I can't remember it. Somebody says, hey, if you see an Athens GP40 NS, which I assume is Norfolk Southern, and I'm like, when I pass that stuff, I won't remember it. I'm gonna have to make a notebook. I want to do this stuff for people. Unfortunately, I don't remember. I just wish I knew where that brass was, but I think I'm gonna just have to surrender and admit wherever it was, I missed it. Yo.
You said he's looking for something brass, you said?
Yeah, because there's the one table over there that was all brass, but it wasn't with that group. There's a table over here that's all brass, and then there was something up. There was like 4 or 5 over here, but there's a specific one at a specific price he saw, and...
It's like a 485 and a 440 and a 426.
No.
It was the table just before the brass you stopped at.
You mean the big brass or the... All right, let me go back. There's a big brass table back that way, but there's the one up here. So... Okay, so... All right, this was the table where I saw the original brass. I think. So let me go back. All right. So you got brass, Soho Company, Pennsylvania Railroad. So there was this brass, okay? And you said it was the table before this brass. I'm going to need you to type. So there's this one. Now you say the table before. So I came this way, so it would have been this table. Because there's this table here. Maybe somebody bought it. No, Joyce, you're confusing. 440, I'm ashamed of you right now. 440 and 426 are Dodge engines.
That's what Bernard C is saying. Don't you?
No, yeah, but that's because he was talking about a car we looked at.
Okay, so the 485.
No, 485 is a Japanese.
I am stopping and
Okay. All right, John, take care. Yeah, just before. The problem is it's this table.
There's a brass one down there.
Yeah, there's brass here, but he says it was before I got to this one.
There's one down there.
Yeah, because he had these, but there was a... Yeah, he's got a 375, but I'm thinking he was saying the other way. So the last table I went to, because this is the first table on this row. So what we're doing is looking for key, Joyce, here, key imports, but he said it was $225. The price was $225. All right, he's got $295, $250, and he said it was the table before this one. Because now I'm into the O scale, and then that's O scale over there. Nothing over there. You don't see it now. All right. Well, I'm sorry about that. I've got to do a lot to be better at this to help people out. Okay, well, anyhow, it has been 2 hours. So, okay, so anyhow, that was all the way through between the two videos. Sorry I couldn't help people out more. I hope you don't mind. I am just walking through. Really like to help people out if they see something, but yeah, I couldn't find stuff I wanted today. A lot of stuff here. It's definitely packed today. There's also a comic book show today in Toledo. The big Comic Con came back to Toledo. Anyhow, what we're gonna do, but I think we're gonna go ahead and end the stream here. It's been 2 hours. So I just want to say thanks for everybody who tuned in. We still got 28 people here, but yeah, it's by some standards, it's a small show, but there's a lot of great stuff here, just not what I was looking for. So until later, I'm going to say Auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, and happy trades, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye, bye-bye.